Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into something really fascinating, how the monumental complexities of astrophysics actually get translated for everyday people like you and me. We're going to do this by looking at two absolute titans of science communication from completely different eras. I'm talking about Carl Sagan's legendary Cosmos and Neil deGrasse Tyson's Astrophysics for People in a Hurry. These two guys literally took the infinite and made it accessible. And, seeing how they did it actually reveals just as much about us as a society as it does about the stars themselves. All right, so let's get right into it. Think about these fundamental questions for a second. What is the nature of space and time? How do we fit into the universe? Or, honestly, even more mind-blowing, how does the universe fit within us? These are massive, big-picture questions pulled straight from our source material today. And let's be real, questions like these can easily make you feel, well, incredibly small. But the absolute brilliance of a truly great science communicator is that instead of making you feel tiny and insignificant, they actually make you feel profoundly connected to the whole shebang. And this brings us right to the actual field we're exploring today, cosmology. Simply put, this is the study of the universe in its entirety. We're talking its origins, the nature of space and time, and billions of years of cosmic evolution. Now, these are not easy topics, right? You can't just casually absorb the math behind dark matter or the physics of a black hole on a Tuesday afternoon. These mind-bending concepts absolutely require a skilled guide. You need someone who can take that rigid, dense language of physics and mathematics and translate it into the poetry of the human experience. Now, to really understand their messages, we kind of have to understand the eras they were living in. Back in 1980, Carl Sagan dropped the Cosmos television series and the book that went with it. And it was a total cultural phenomenon. Just this sweeping, deeply romantic look at the universe. Sadly, Sagan passed away in 1996, which definitely left a massive void in science communication. But then, jump forward to 2017, and we get Neil deGrasse Tyson's book, Astrophysics for People in a Hurry. By walking through this timeline, we can actually track two distinct milestones. We get to see exactly how teaching astrophysics shifted from the deeply contemplative vibes of the 1980s right into our hyper-connected, incredibly fast-paced modern world. And what's super fascinating here is the stark contrast in how these two scientists package the exact same universe. Look at this. Sagan offered a 13-part personal voyage. It was an epic journey. It demanded your time and deep reflection. It was an event. Tyson, on the flip side, gives us tasty chapters consumable anytime. See what he did there? Tyson recognized a huge shift in society. He gave us this bite-sized, super pragmatic approach for the modern reader. The person who really wants to understand the Big Bang, but only has a 10-minute subway ride to do it. Section 1. Sagan's Epic Voyage, 15 Billion Years. In the original publication of Cosmos, Sagan wrote something incredible. He called it the story of 15 billion years of cosmic evolution transforming matter and life into consciousness. Wow. I just want to pause for a second and let the sheer weight of a 15 billion year timeline actually settle. Sagan wasn't just up there teaching us about random rocks in space. He was telling the ultimate story, how literally dead matter slowly over unimaginable stretches of time woke up and started thinking about itself. It's a deeply romantic, almost spiritual approach to hard science. He brought this incredibly grand scale and philosophical tone right into astrophysics. And this philosophical tone, it's perfectly captured in his iconic episode titles. Just listen to these. The Harmony of the Worlds, Blues for a Red Planet, The Backbone of Night, The Edge of Forever. Notice how poetic and sweeping these are? They sound like classic literature, not some dry physics syllabus. Sagan was deliberately connecting the harsh forces of science with the growth of human civilization itself. He really wanted you to feel the romance of travels in space and time and wonder what an Encyclopedia Galactica would actually look like. He wasn't just giving you facts, he was inviting you on this grand expedition. Section 2. Astrophysics on the go. The modern approach. Okay, so fast forward to 2017. Society is moving fast, right? Neil deGrasse Tyson totally recognized that very few of us actually have the luxury to just sit in a leather armchair and contemplate the cosmos for hours on end. So, he adapted. Look at what the book's jacket explicitly says. while you wait for your morning coffee to brew, for the bus, the train, or a plane to arrive. Tyson's whole goal was to bring the universe down to earth succinctly and clearly. He stripped away those massive time commitments and literally designed a guide for our frantic daily routines. He wanted to make absolutely sure that even if you are totally strapped for time, you're not locked out of understanding the universe. Oh, and hey, really quick, if you're enjoying this explainer and this journey through the universe so far, don't forget to like and subscribe. To pull this off, Tyson delivers what we can essentially call cosmic headlines. We're talking the Big Bang, black holes, quarks, quantum mechanics, the search for exoplanets, the search for life. He is taking literally the densest scientific concepts imaginable and just unpacking them rapidly, using his signature sparkling wit. He's not dropping the entire 15 billion year narrative on you at once. Instead, he's giving you these vital, need-to-know briefings. That way, the next time you see a news article popping up about a new exoplanet, you actually understand the science behind it. It's brilliant. So looking at them side by side, these differing methodologies perfectly reflect the eras they were written in. On one hand, you have Sagan connecting ancient human history, like Egyptian hieroglyphics and the Library of Alexandria, directly to the stars. He grounds the universe in this epic historical span. But Tyson? He grounds physics in literal everyday objects. He uses chapters with titles like The Cosmos on the Table or On Being Round. At the end of the day, both authors are guiding us through the exact same universe. They just use completely different framing to perfectly suit their audience's lifestyle. Basically, Sagan gives you a majestic cathedral to wander through, while Tyson hands you a Swiss Army knife to carry in your pocket. And this brings us to a really provocative thought to close on. Who speaks for Earth today? Now, that was actually the title of Carl Sagan's 13th and final episode of Cosmos, but man, is it a question that remains incredibly relevant right now. Both Sagan and Tyson have served as these vital voices for our planet. They've translated the staggering reality of our universe so that anyone, no matter your background, can gaze up at the night sky and actually understand their place in it. So whether you prefer that sweeping, poetic voyage or just a quick, witty chapter over your morning coffee, the most important thing is that you just keep looking up. I really hope this explainer sparked your curiosity, and I highly encourage you to go check out these original works for yourself. Keep learning and keep wondering.